This is Channel 10, St. Thomas.
Tonight's NewsCenter 10 is brought to you by Old Milwaukee Beer.
Good evening, I'm Kenny Mack.
And I'm Aquannette-Chinnery White. Yvonne Wright has the evening off. Public buses on St. Thomas are once again in disrepair. A combination of steep terrain, rough roads, difficult maintenance, and constant use has the bus drivers concerned for their safety and that of the general public. NewsCenter 10's Lorraine Quinton reports tonight on the buses, the drivers, and what can be done to try to put things back into shape.
Apparently, some of the Manassas buses traveling the St. Thomas roads are in such bad shape that bus drivers are worried about their personal and passenger safety and are threatening to strike unless the necessary repairs are made.
We expect to sit down with the company on Wednesday and discuss the problems with the company so that all maintenance can be done and be done well.
Morales says the public transit officials want the dangerous buses off the road just as quickly, but keeping the buses in good working condition is easier said than done.
The buses go through a hard time. When I say hard time, they have to run a lot. And by running so much, it takes a lot of wear and tear off of them, so you just have to keep going, you know, with what you have and so forth, things like parts and whatnot. Whatever parts you have to keep it going. You know, because they do go through a lot of hard work, especially with these hills, and everything in St. Thomas is a hill.
The problem that Manassas incurred was when the buses was purchased about 3 years ago. The fixed buses. Those buses have not lived up to the standards of the other buses that Manassas had. Those buses, the company experienced poor workmanship in those buses.
Public Works Commissioner John Savage says the wrong type of buses were purchased, and a study is now underway to determine what type of bus will hold up under the territory's tough terrain, and in the future, those buses will be bought. Savage says he hopes to replace the buses by this year. However, Morales says maybe a state of emergency should be declared for the public transit system in order to speed up that action.
They are safe so far as the maintenance is concerned, but talking about keeping in use, that is something I can't answer.
Lorraine Quinton for NewsCenter 10.
2 St. Johnians have been arrested and charged with second-degree robbery for taking money, jewelry, and other valuables from a visitor to the island. Police said that Robert O'Connor Jr. and Leslie Smith have been charged in the incident, which occurred on February 21st. O'Connor Jr. is reportedly the son of St. John Senator Robert O'Connor. Bail was set at $10,000 for O'Connor. Meanwhile, a Virginia native was arrested for fraudulent use of a credit card, and bail was set at $5,000. The card was used to buy an airline ticket, rent a hotel room, and other items. And a minor was arrested for grand larceny last month after he pulled 2 chains from another in the area of the Bertha Bashilter Junior High School. The minor was released to the custody of his parents. Because of the growing drug problem in our territory, our young people are finding out it's not enough to just say no. A former prison inmate and reformed drug addict is in town, spreading the word about the dangers of drugs. Arnold Smith has more on the story.
Meet Donald Streeter. For 17 years, he was a slave to drugs and alcohol, until one day he decided to turn his life around. Today, he is a reformed drug addict, a college graduate with a message for our young people.
The message that not just to say no to drugs is not enough, but to realize that certain behaviors start very early that lead to drug use and teenage pregnancy or other social ills.
One teacher at the school felt his message was an old one, but with a new twist.
How different? It's different because usually the speakers have talked about the gory stuff, about drug addiction, but he spoke about the kids and how the things that lead up to drug addiction and how their lives from children, the patterns that they are showing now, will help to determine whether or not they will become future addicts.
Streeter says our young people should know they are not alone and they shouldn't be afraid to ask for help.
It's okay to feel, if you feel insecure, if you feel however you're feeling, it's okay to feel that way. And more importantly, to be able to tell someone about that, whether it's your parent or your teacher.
Streeter also says it's important that our area young people know exactly what drugs can do to you. And it's apparent that his message is getting through to some of our kids.
Drugs affects your body and your mental ability. You have no control over your mind or your body. It makes you do harmful things. It makes you hurt the ones you love, and it even destroys yourself.
You don't take drugs and it's bad for your health and it don't get you in a place in life.
The police department's Community Relations Crime Prevention Bureau, along with other area businesses, are sponsoring Streeter's week-long visit to our island.
I thought maybe, his story would do something for the youths of the Virgin Islands.
Streeter will make appearances at many area schools and other public forums in an effort to warn our kids about the demons of drugs. Ono K. Smith for NewsCenter 10.
The status hearings are over, and the question remains, what kind of status is best for the Virgin Islands and why? We'll have the opinions of experts and the people. We'll have that story and more when we return.
Is right, when the party's wild, and you're breaking its style.
Let me tell you, no matter what the occasion, Old Milwaukee or Old Milwaukee Light is a Virgin Islands choice, my son, with a taste as great as its name.
Old Milwaukee Bear!